We are going to discuss how to create tables on your HTML page. Last time we discussed about lists, and this time we'll be discussing about how to create tables. So for now, I am going to create a table as an example. Let's say we have a table that looks like this. Let's say we have in the first row we have 3 columns. I'm going to reduce the size of this so it looks something like this. And let's say it has 4 rows like this and then one final row. Of something like this, right? We'll make this one row that how do I erase just a part of it? So let's say, for example, I'll mark it as a different color. Let's say I'll mark it as blue, and I'll make a copy of this, and let's say this, right? So for example, yeah, so our table will look something like this, and we are going to say something like name. We are going to put loves and age. So we are going to name some rabbits, we'll tell what they love, and we'll put their age, and we'll calculate their average age, right? So how to create this table in HTML, right? So I am going to my VS Code, right? And this was our um, code so far. I'll just increase the size because I realized in the last video that it was barely visible. I'll add a comment that says table, for example. I will then create a div and I'll call it a class equals rabbit table, and I'll close the div. And now I'm going to go to the docs because I need to understand what this means. So the tables always start with a table tag, so I'm going to create a table tag, right? I'm going to give it a caption, so the caption will start with a caption tag. Average age report of my rabbits, right? Then we are going to start a row. So we know like we need at least 5 rows. So 1 2 3 4 5, right? Horizontally, how many rows? So we need 5 rows. So I'm going to take this tr tag and paste it 5 times, tr, and I am going to copy this five times, right? And within this tr tag, now we need to uh, you know uh, draw some columns. So we know like there are three columns, 1, 2 and 3, right? In the topmost row also there's like three cells in here, so there are three columns, 1, 2 and 3. So I am going to put th th because th means table heading, right? And we are going to put our values. So we are going to say th name, th loves, and th age, right? Now this row is done. In the next row we know like, okay, we have to put name, what they love, and their age. So I'm going to go to my code again, but instead of th this time I'm going to put td, which means table description, and we are going to say td, we'll call him Harry. His age is, he loves specs, and his age is 4 months, right? We are going to say td, my next is Hermione, and she loves books, and her age is 6, right? And then lastly we have Ron, he loves rats, and his age is 5. So 4, 6, 5, the average age should be 5. Yeah, 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 5, 15, 15 divided by 3, 5, right? But now if we go back to our table, we have this, in this particular row we have one cell that covers the space of two columns and another cell that covers the space of just one, right? So how do we define that? So we are going to say something called call span. So just like we declare attributes like class or id, in our td we'll define a call span, and since it covers the space of 2, we'll give it a call span of 2, and this covers a call span of 1, we'll give it 1, right? And hopefully everything will work. So let's begin. td call span equals 2, and we'll give it we'll describe it as average age, and we'll say td call span equals 1, 5, right? So hopefully it will work out. Let's see. So as you can see, there's a table here that says Harry specs 4, Hermione books 6, Ron rats 5, average age 5. But there's very little spacing. So there's very little what do you say? There's no differentiation. There's no borders. So I'll give it some borders. Let me just show it here. We'll give it some borders. So how to give borders? So there's a border class, the border attribute, that you can give some value. If set to 0, the frame attribute is set to void. Use a border CSS property instead, as this attribute is deprecated. So this border value doesn't is not supported that much, but we'll still try because till now we don't have knowledge about CSS. So let's say border and it shows as deprecated, obviously. So let's see if it works, or is it how it's supposed to show. Let's say border is can you give a style? Okay, it doesn't seem to work, so I guess if you want to give borders it will have to be through styling sheets like CSS. Uh, Actually, let's be a little less judgmental, and we'll go to GPT. Actually not GPT. Let's see, is there a way to give a TD table in HTML border through inline attributes, right? Using border attribute. So yeah, we have described it, right? So border equals 1, but I think since it's deprecated, it is no longer supported. Oh, sorry, I gave it to the div tag instead. I should have given it to the table tag. Yeah. Border equals 1. Let's see if we get something. Now I'll have to copy the URL. Copy path. Yeah. Yeah, so we get the borders now. So how to give them some space? So if I go to, let's say here, there is a cell spacing and there's a cell padding. Defines the space between the content of a cell and its border. Defines the size of the space between two cells. We want to give the space inside the content. This attribute is obsolete. Instead of you use padding provided CS. How about we say something like cell padding attribute in HTML. Let's see what comes. It comes to CSS. HTML table cell padding attribute. So let's say cell padding 15. So let's try that. Does it? This appears in the table tag only. So if I go to table and say cell padding equals 15, does that work? I'll have to copy path. Hopefully it will work. No, it's taking a little bit of time. Yeah, now it gives some space. It has given some 15 spacing. So if I increase it to 20, it should increase the space even further. Yep, it increases the space, right? So that's how you create tables in HTML. And if you go to MDN docs, you kind of get the idea about the different attributes that you can use to style it. But as far as I have read, it means it's far easier to use CSS to get this kind of styling done, and attributes are not that much preferred. So I would say not to do that, because the first thing that you see is deprecated attributes. These attributes are not preferred anymore, but yeah, they still work. So if you want to play around with it, it's great. You can just go to MDN docs and go to table and kind of learn about what all you can try, right? So yeah, see you in the next video. I think now that table tag is done, in the next video I'll talk about embedding media. So how to add media files into your page, which will be very interesting because this this page currently looks very bland. So see you in the next video, and let's keep up the grind.